When trying to remember my childhood and days, I'm trying to remember, when trying to remember abuse, and when trying to remember just my life and my parents, I cannot properly remember it. I'm just being honest. It's so fragmented, it's so kaleidoscopic that you really look at it as multiple forms of life, multiple fantasies. And maybe that's because of my perception, but not really. It's because if you put three human beings with kaleidoscopic fragmented mind, you don't have any future, you don't have any present. That is, you have present for only like as long as this common state exists. And the common state could exist for only 20 minutes with hopes, ambitions, and morals created in this state. And I mean, created in each mind and created and shared in this state. So really, for me, why is I don't know if you put a regular human being without no cluster B personality disorder. If you put a regular human being, maybe when he gonna remember it, he gonna say, "Oh my God, bro, my parents bad," and that's insane. That's insane to go through. I'm devalued all my life. My needs are not met. But the fact that I understand that I'm cluster B as well, make me look at it differently. So first I internalize it, and I say to myself, and I think that's the only way to overcome it. You internalize it and say to yourself, that's me that have BPD and kaleidoscopic mind. That's me with changing. That's me with abandonment anxiety. That is me with unstable attachment. That it's me that is, and that's what my disorders say. But technically, if you look at the situation like this, that's really fixing it, because if you internalize it and, look at the situation like it was all on you, even if it's not, you are not struck with different kinds of variations, how it was, and different kinds of fucking abusive situations, because you cannot remember them all. That's first. And second thing, you cannot put the finger on something exact. You cannot put the finger on the exact parent. You cannot put the finger, because all parents was, materialistically loving, and all parents was conditionally loving. And there was a variations where one loves conditionally, one is not. And one is happy, one is not. I'm not happy, they are happy, and stuff like that. Of course, there's a dynamic. That is a constant dynamic of self-destruction and masochism and sadism and different things. If to sum it up, unpleasant experience, very hurting experience, quiet kind of atmosphere and dead atmosphere at my home, and not exist. Like you talk with everyone's like so glitched. We are not we wasn't talking with each other. We were talking with mirrors and stuff like that. So if you just look at it as not pointing out on people, because you cannot point out exactly on what they did, and because you can get struck with, you are just going insane because you see a different human the next day, and let's say you want to move out, and instantly they switch to a good parent, and that's like, it fucks with your mind so much. Of course, there's like a common general. You have to have a general opinion about it, like end of all opinion, like point blank opinion about your parents. Maybe that's it. But if you want to construct on this opinion, look at your past, look at your relatives. That's what I did. And I see that every wife, every grandma got better with age, and every grandpa got worse than with age. So there is hope with moms. I'm going to say, if you're coming from classic BPD mom, father family, there's hope. There's hope with mom. There's not like 100% healing, I think, but there's hope that this, is gonna end with mom. You can maintain relationship with mom. But if you're too young, if you like, let's say like you 12 and you just realize you in this abusive environment, there's even not 12, even like maybe you like 20, or maybe I don't know how old is your mom. So that's the crucial point. So you have to wait and maintain no contact with your mom, or low contact with your mom. With father is different approach. There's no contact only. You have to be focused on that. There's no other way you can. He's not a human. and you wasn't living in a family. Let's to begin with, you wasn't living in a family. You was living in a fucking crazy environment, similar to some fucking slavery for money. Like for me, it was like that. Mental slavery, of course, mental, not physical, but it's still a slavery. You know, it's still kind. It's not family. You cannot call this shit a family. So abandon this thought and internalize it. I mean, internalizing is a tool. It's not always bad for you. You know, if you look at things natural, you know, if you not shame yourself and just say, oh, of course, they are make me like this, they are evil, of course, but you got to look at the things natural, internalize it, and make a conclusion, like make a final conclusion to get better and to go further. To go further, you have to, in the process of understanding and realizing all this, you are remembering your old self. You remembering your childhood. You are just kind of coming back to your old natural self, and you are finding out this old self is traumatized and fucking. That's it. It's a traumatized self. You ain't have no self like this. You was always like this. So you have to beat these allegations against yourself. There's not a life sentence. You know, BPD is just the crazy emotions, fucked up emotions, and fucked up narratives, fucked up crazy mind that is glitching, overreacting, panicking, anxious, stuff like that. You know, you have to be natural to avoid this. And to get better, you have to internalize it. Like, I think the only way to get better is internalize it. And that's the only way to do it. Internalizing is not always bad. I think if you look at things as it is, you understand what's going to be in the future, you know, and you can predict and you can plan. So I think just, you know, think about this.